Alright guys, we're back with some more MX versus ATV Legends. Today we have the brand new 2024 Seattle Supercross to check out. This track is so cool. It was done extremely well in the game. Very fun, tons of different lines, and I felt like I had a great time playing this track. I felt like I was able to get most of the best lines around it, and I didn't get stuck on the track for a really long time. So very flowy, just so many different ways around it. Yes, it does have some spots that are a bit overscaled compared to, real life, but it is a video game. So we have a ton of different laps to show you with most of the different lines I feel like are on this track, and yeah, really well done. So maybe my favorite track so far. So let's just jump into it and go check out 2024 Seattle. So before we jump onto the track, I kind of want to give you an overview of the track and the stadium. This track is, again, really well done, tons of different lines, and very, very fun to play in the game. Possibly my favorite one so far, just because it came a little bit easier to me. And I'm not saying that the track is easy, but it felt good. It felt really good, and maybe I was having a good day in the game. But very fun. So the other part I want to focus on is the stadium. Rainbow Studios has done a great job with these stadiums. I believe this is the Seattle Seahawks football stadium. So really cool, really well done. Now let's jump into it and check out 2024 Seattle. Alright, here we go. 2024 Seattle. This track is so freaking awesome. So this first lap, second lap, is probably what I would consider to be the easier standard way around the track. That one line in that first rhythm section was a little bit big, probably too big, fantasy, overscaled, but it's a video game. I'm okay with it, and there are different ways to do it. The second rhythm section, we went triple, quad, triple, probably the easier way to do it in my opinion. The whoops this time they were easier to try to blitz and get on top of them, but I'm still really bad at that, so definitely I struggled, but they weren't as easy to jump through. And then we have the step on, step off, which we quad, the Supercross triple, a bit of sand, and then wall. To get back to the first turn. So that's the first two laps are very similar, but both these rhythm lanes, these really big, long rhythm lanes, have many different ways through them, and this is by no means the best way. I would say the laps coming up here pretty soon would be the better way through it. This was just like my first maybe five laps hitting the track, and I show you two of them, and then at the very end, I will show you coming up here in a second, after the step-on, step-off Supercross triple, you can probably quad over the wall if you count the sand rollers, but I couldn't do it consistently, and I didn't try it in a race or on time attack, so I'm not sure if the track would think you're cutting too much. I'm not really sure, but not super difficult to do, but yeah, you can jump off that first sand roller and then go all the way over the table. So we step on, step off there as well. If you hit the Supercross triple just right, yeah, you can jump over the wall. Not realistic, no way they do it, but yeah, it's an option. This is, in my opinion, the better way through the rhythm section. You can actually hit the left side, and then what would that be, a triple? Yeah, a triple over that first big jump, and then you quad in the middle, and then I think it was a quad out. So yeah, that is a super fun line to do. Not too difficult. You can carry a decent amount of speed off that big berm, and you can do it lap after lap. It isn't one of those you can only do it off the start. It works, doing it lap after lap after lap. So very fun, and in my opinion, the best way through that rhythm section. We go quad again here, and then Supercross triple, and then I wasn't jumping over the wall because, like I said, it was kind of difficult for me to do, but you can triple, I guess, kind of jump over all the sand rollers and then hit the wall. Here we hit the triple, quad again, and then we still go triple, quad, triple in this rhythm section because, again, I feel like it's probably easier, but the more I played on the track, and I said it at the beginning, but I didn't have to spend as much time on this track just because it flowed so well. It was made so incredibly well that I didn't have to spend too much time on it, but the more time I did, it felt like going for a quad in, where we're going triple, quad, triple, was probably the better way to do it, especially if you go outside. But if you want to cut the corner short, take the inside, no, definitely probably the triple, quad, triple would be the better option there if you were to go for it. But this first rhythm section, there is one more way to hit it if you want to try to do it a bit more realistic, and that's coming up at the very end. Here we go, triple, quad, quad again, because that was the more fun way to do it. But we also go way outside, stay in second. Oh no, we don't. Never mind. I'm a little bit early. My bad. I'm a little bit early. I recorded this a while ago, and now I'm coming back to talk about it. We still go triple, quad, triple. But the whoops are really, really steep. Very, very steep this time around. You can jump through them, but that's kind of how I like to do the whoops because I'm so bad at riding the tops of them. I know some people were saying to go with soft suspension, but I felt like that didn't work as good for me around the rest of the track. So basically what I'm doing is, if that's the way you need to set up, I'm giving up in the whoops and hoping I can jump through them, and then being able to be comfortable on the rest of the track, right? So that's kind of how I'm deciding to go about it. Now we're going to go triple, quad, quad, and then hit the quad, quad, double. So, whoa, quads. There are so many quads on this track. So we go quad in, quad, double. Maybe somebody can jump all the way out and do a, what would that be, a quad 6? I doubt it. I really don't feel like that's possible, but yeah, that rhythm section is a bit odd because I did see the track map already, but and Rainbow Studios did a great job because it's like, what was it? How many is that? 4, 8, 10. It's like 10 identical jumps in a row. So that rhythm section could be quite interesting depending on how they make it for the real race. I mean, they tend to change stuff, so maybe it won't be exactly the same, but if they do, that could be an interesting rhythm section, maybe the most interesting. Because this one, I just don't feel like they probably won't in real life go quad, quad out. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like they will. And maybe you could jump 5 in if you're really good and hit that corner in 3rd gear and then clutch boost, preload, seat bounce. Maybe you could go 5 and then 5 out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could, maybe you can't. I'm not really sure. It'd be really difficult in my opinion. But there are some very, very good MX versus ATV Legends players out there. So I'm not saying it's not possible, but it would be quite difficult. So 2 laps here. I was able to get 2 back-to-back. Show you the different line in that first rhythm section, just so you can see it. But yeah, overall, I would say this is my favorite track so far. Glendale, also very, very good. Very, very fun. Indy, I really enjoyed Indy, but in real life, that track kind of sucked. It was insane. I mean, it was rough, but I felt like the overall layout, we only had like one 180 bull turn, and it just really one-lines the track. It makes it difficult to make passes, and Indy in the game was fun and had a bunch of different ways through it, but in real life, it wasn't that great, and maybe it'll be that way with this track. Maybe in real life, I mean, we don't know. I've heard people saying that, you know, Seattle gets a bunch of rain, and there's forecasts for rain this weekend, so maybe Seattle will turn into a mud fest. I don't know. If you like mud, great. If you don't, that kind of sucks. But hopefully they don't, because I really want to see what they do on this track. Because at the very end here, I have what would probably be the closest thing to a realistic lap around the track. Just because you can go outside and kind of roll the first jump. Well, you'll see here. So we kind of roll and then quad, triple. Probably that could very well be a realistic way they take it, but I was just kind of messing around, wanted to show you the track during the day as well, and show you that there is so many different things you can do on this track, all of which feel like they could be very viable in multiplayer or whatever. So fun track, really awesome. If you guys have tried this track already, because you should see this video on Tuesday probably, so the track should be out. If you have tried it, let me know if you have bigger, faster lines than what I was able to do in this video. But I was very, very happy, very, very proud of the laps I was able to do. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, but you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.